Hello, everybody. This is Lanika Duggins. I'm coming up here today. I wanted to go over a few things that's taking place, and to let you know what you witness here is a felt society to felt that has felt to address the overall problem that's here going on here in America. And the problem is a lot of white people are in delusion. And it's not no black and white thing because God knows I love everybody. The majority and the makeup of people I ever hung with and been around with, and even some of my family member are white. But I do want to sit there and address the situation at hand. How dare you, as a white person, to get up here and to try to declassify black people in general as if like you know what their life is like on a daily basis. You don't have any idea to get up here. You don't even have the privilege to get up here to try to underscore or take away from what everyday black people go through, our pain, our suffering, what we are going through constantly with terrorist cops from all parts of this world. I understand. I'm a type of person that like to bring peace. I want to fight for peace. I'd rather for it to be peace, unity of all. But to face the reality of things, that's not what it's looking like out here, and it never have since the beginning of time. So when you get up here, white people, and you want to get up here and try to make it like it's not a skin color thing or race thing, it's just more like a moral character, which is true. There is bad apples, like I always say. You read my posts, you've been following me for a while, y'all understand. I always stress this. There's bad apples in every race. Every race got some crazy, wicked people in there. But the conversation at hand is not about addressing all the race, because all the other race, their people group is not primarily being targeted, killed out here innocently. Their kids don't let their parents, white parents, Hispanic parents, and Chinese parents, any other kind of race, doesn't have to worry about if their kids going to be able to make it home every night. You know what I mean? So when y'all get up here, let's do this in decency and order. Like, get up here. Like, I understand everybody's frustrated, everybody's stressed out, everybody's going through what they're going through. Nobody with a real pure heart would like to see what's going on out here and be comfortable, because I'm telling you, whether I was white, purple, green, I would be very uncomfortable just being a normal human being out here in the society we live on. And I'm just letting you know from a perspective of a black person living in this person. It's just not about color. I don't need to start a race card because the evidence is out there. It's been out here for several centuries, years, thousands of years. These people have always targeted the black race. And so when you have black white people get up here trying to um, basically throw this card out there to try to make people basically feel guilty about saying about things that's going on with black race. It upsets me, and it's very, very sickening, because you, on the other hand, as a white America, would never know what it's like to be in a black American or black person per se in a white society. So of course you can get up here and y'all could talk about always hollering about race. Yeah, we are hollering about race because every day we wake up we face terrorists, um, KKK in uniforms, and also outside of uniforms, racist supremacists targeting our men, women, and children. You know, so y'all don't have that problem to worry about on a consistent basis. That's why we're screaming racism. That's why we're screaming because of the color of our skin. It's not just things like the race card is being thrown out there. It's proof, it's evidence. You see it all over the place. The news media, when they do want to cover a good story and not their false narrative or how they try to paint black people out to be. But thank God for people able to have different outlets of news outlets and opportunities to let everyone else in the world to know the true facts instead of the things that we've been given. That's why it's so very important that they should never take out history, the whole American history, from the stuff that was going on with black people. Because you know what? When you race black history, when you race history out of a supremacist type colony country, This is what you get: delusional white people who don't understand what it's really like to be a black American, and they always want to say, well, it's about the character, it's about the character. Yeah, it is about the character. We have we have crazy people in every people group, but if we're going to be truly honest, we need to be honest here and address the elephant in the room. Black people has been being targeted, profiled, and killed, slaughtered out here, done wrong, uh, I mean, all kinds of unjust things, basically. So it ruffles me up when I hear white people get up here and have the audacity to get up here and try to address a black and white issue when they're living in their own society. This is a white man's world. So their privilege and their way of seeing things is never going to be from a perspective of someone outside of their white supremacist country. So yeah, you very well may see things from a different view, but it's important that it would be it would be a disservice to me to get up here and try to paint a picture if this was an all black world and everything was going equally and fair for everybody else, and then to have someone of another race, nationality, excuse me, and get up here and act like everything is just mainly morally about character when when at hand, if I see my people out here hanging other race, especially a specific race people, group of people, and then giving them unfair justice in this unjustice system, constantly, shooting uninnocent, unarmed people, killing babies, constantly seeing black people just popping up missing, you know, um, we're targeted people. So, as far as from my standpoint, I can't speak for other Black Americans, but what I can speak for as far as myself, I'm speaking from the average lens of an average African American, well, whatever, black person, excuse me, here living in a American white society. Y'all have y'all views. It's a whole different view of what really reality really is. And I think once we get to the point to face the reality of things, we can start looking at the underlying problem here. Yes, I do know the spiritual warfare, the enemy out here trying to kill, steal, and destroy every people group. But I'm not gonna up here and be blind, have a blind eye in or ear to the fact of what's going on outside of my so-called um, beautiful world. So yeah, from your lens, it's very beautiful, and you don't have really much to worry about. Your kind don't have anything really to worry about. Yeah, she got a lot going more for you than black people. That's why black people are screaming. So instead of trying to silence us, try to figure out why is everybody hollering race stuff. Now, yes, we do got some black people like this throw the race card out there because, that's just who they are. Like you said, or like most people say, there is black people, there's white people, there's Asian people, there's all kinds of, different race of people who have bad character. But when it comes down to true justice, when it comes down to um, discriminating against, when it comes down to unfairness, when it comes down to targeted random targets, yeah, let's be honest here. I don't know what kind of delusion this American world is in, but I could tell you from my standpoint is that all black Americans don't see all white people as being black. I mean, by being bad. We understand that there's most of y'all say it's bad people on every spectrum of this earth. It is very fun. I can totally 100% agree with you. But where I come to a disagreement at is when we act like we don't realize why black people are angry, why black people are going through the things they're going through, which makes y'all part of the problem, unfortunately. I know some of your heart may be very, very pure and you really mean well and you want to see the best in things, and we all do. We all do, but the fact is the fact. Reality is reality. So black people and white people who seeing the overall real true agenda of what's going on out here. Don't get caught up in these people and they're trying to scream out things to get us off course. We know, the Lord knows what's really going on out here. There's always been bad since the beginning of time from everybody. Black people are not trying to act like we're special people because of our skin color. No, we're out here protesting. We're out here speaking out against a lot of things that the average white America would never ever in their whole entire life would have to go through. So y'all can dismiss me. You can miss me with this all somewhat white guilt, so to speak, because that's what it's sounding like. It's giving guilt because you, in reality, you all see what's really taking place. But to fail to really try to bridge the gap, you want to try to like throw it under the rug, like let everybody get along. Everybody's never going to get along because, like you said, it is an evil world. Everybody's wicked out here, just about. But the reality is, my people, black people, are being targeted. I'm talking about the ones, even the ones who living decent. I mean, upbringing, good upbringing. I mean, like people who just minding their business, like walking down the street and getting stalked and harassed. I'm talking about people in the grocery store trying to buy groceries, and you got all kinds of people from their opposite race trying to tell them how to live their life, where they can go at, questioning them like they're children as far as where you supposed to be at. I would be about tired too. So that's what you getting. But I personally, I'm not gonna get up here and screaming some things that I don't know for certain. I know this because I live this. I can afford to get up here and say the things that I'm saying because I live this. I experienced racism. Y'all white people never experienced racism like we have. So I respectfully ask that unless you really know what it's like to be in the skin of a black person, I think it's like very disrespectful to try to get up here and undermine what's really going on, what's really taking place out here. Yeah, there's bad apples in every race, but there's only one race who always get mistreated unfairly, who's getting killed, kids getting killed. And for those somewhat house slaves, Uncle Toms, this being most likely probably being paid to get up here to try to be a destructive devices between the black race and community. You know what? Y'all all jumped out here when it came down to that Carmelo Anthony situation, but I ain't never heard the same ones who were screaming this so-called black people just wanted the race card, get up here and address about these that little boy, the little black 1-year-old boy that got killed by the cops for a so-called suspicious of a shoplifting. Come to find out was never nothing shoplift. But even though that cop shot that person and is able to still be here, that lady lost her child. We're tired of our children being killed. So y'all can miss me with this foolishness. You know, I'm not buying it. I don't know about the rest of the black people, but I'm speaking for this black person. I'm not buying this white guilt thing to try to make us silence us for speaking out with the unjust things that's happening to us, our people, our men, women, and children. Y'all can go ahead and sit down somewhere with that. Y'all be blessed.